This Hub Notes video, it's the new Raffle Astra. If you haven't checked out the video yet on the main channel, you may want to. It was a very interesting collection caper, and there will be spoilers, so very soon. So if you want to see the video first, stop this, go and watch that. It's about an hour long, it's going to take a while. So we did get the Astra home, not without issue, but one of the issues was the alternator was first overcharging, and then it was undercharging. It wasn't charging at all. And I'm going to check to see if the battery light comes on. But I thought, what sort of state is the battery in? Because I've taken the plugs out. That's actually a breather in that one. That transport plug was in. But let's have a look and see what the electrolyte level's like. Because this probably got mildly cooked on the way back. And it's hard to tell. But you can see that gap. I think that's where the electrolyte level's meant to be too. So we're not there. We're not at the right level. So that needs topping up. Off camera, I have actually gone through all of them. The only two that are loose are the two end ones. I don't know if that's because they're nearer the vents. Maybe both of those were venting a bit when we were overcharging. There's some substance there. I don't know what that is, but I'm just staying away from it. So that's that. But we're going to go for a drive because it needs new wiper blades, and that's doing my head in. And I should do other things, but I haven't got any engine oil for it. I think this takes 1040, and I've not got enough to do an oil change. So we'll get some oil so we can do an oil change on it. We'll get some wiper blades and maybe some distilled water for the battery as well to top that up. So today is Monday. The car's been sitting since Thursday when I got it back. It literally came straight in the unit. It hasn't moved since. It's just been sitting here with the battery on charge. So one of the things I'm curious about is just put the handbrake on, lock her into neutral. Oh, my other phone is still sat there on the dashboard. Sadly not my microphones. I must have left those in my wax jacket, hence the sound is not brilliant today. We put the ignition on. No, there's no battery light. Interesting. Should it have a battery light? I think it probably should, but that would explain why I wasn't alerted to the fact it wasn't charging. So question is, it's fuel injection, so we don't need to touch the throttle. Let's just give it a try. There we go, we're up and running. Nothing lit up on the dash. My little voltmeter down here says 12.4 volts. So we're just sitting at standard uncharged battery. That's good because I didn't want the alternator suddenly kicking in and causing me issues. So here we go. Into reverse. I've got to watch it. The big Icelandic Toyota Land Cruiser is just outside the unit, and reversing into something that big would be quite a stupid thing to do. There it is. You want to see my road test of that? It is on the Hubnut channel. Icelandic Toyota Land Cruiser, living here in Wales, belongs to my landlord up here. Let's watch out for little doggies. They're in menacing form today, and I can enjoy my power steering. Ooh, lovely. And this is just the beauty of old simple cars, is that we can go for a drive even though it's not charging. Maybe I won't drive all the way to Aberystwyth to get wiper blades. Maybe just have a nice little run out in it. Out for spins, as they say here in Wales. Sometimes it's just nice to have a bit of a drive. It's a reminder it's quite a refined car really, I think, for its market sector and age. It's certainly a lot more peaceful to drive, I think, than our Fiat Panda. Road noise is certainly an awful lot quieter. Yeah, and they're both on all-season tyres, not the quietest. You stay there, please. The ride's not brilliant, but it's not awful either. It's just sort of alright, you know? Fairly composed most of the time. And while the engine hasn't got much power, just 59 brake horsepower, 1 bhp more than our Perodua Kenari, and only a few more than the Panda. It's got so much more torque because it's got a lot more displacement. And you do find yourself on hills having to downshift quite readily. But you still don't really have to work the engine that hard. It's about trying to keep it in that power band around sort of 3,000 revs. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, and the seats I find comfortable as well, which is very unusual for General Motors. Brakes need a good shove, but I wonder how much is by design. I was just about to say it's got a remote reservoir, but it hasn't. No, it's on the driver's side. I remember from the MOT when we looked at it. Yeah, it's just nice. It's just very, very pleasant. And raffle tickets already selling very well, so it's got the attention of a lot of people. I think the colour probably helps. I think from the comments it's ceramic blue, which is actually very, very purple for my money. It's just nice. The sunroof makes it nice and light in here. Good visibility, of course. It's genuinely a pleasure to drive. It's not amazing. The steering's definitely over assisted. And at the same time, it's not really geared as if it's got power steering. I think you have to turn it too much for anything to happen. I suspect they've done that to reduce the sneeze effect, not make it too twitchy on motorways, but I still think it could be geared a little more keenly. But it just does most things pretty well, and there's a lot to be said for a car like that. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to go too much further. My little voltmeter down here that goes in the cigarette lighter is showing 12.3 volts. It's holding fairly steady. What I might do is just go to the jet wash and give it a blast, because it's absolutely filthy. Now, a few people said to just keep it. It's a nice car, it was really good value, just keep it and drive it. And I think old me would have done that, and perhaps if I didn't have quite so many other cars, it would have been an option. But we're already a bit oversubscribed for space, and we've got the Berlingo hopefully coming back at some point. That's currently with 6D diesels. Al has already been doing some investigative work and reckons he may well have found what was causing the issue. A combination of lots of little errors and failings, it looks like. So fingers crossed it won't be too expensive a repair. This is nice though, it really is nice. I think this has surprised me a bit. Very familiar with 90s Vauxhalls. Relative had Cavaliers. When I was a child I learnt to drive in a Corsa, and we had that Corsa on the fleet the other year. That was a bit of a trip down memory lane. But the Corsa wasn't really that nice to drive. 1.2 meant it had no power at all. The seats were chronically uncomfortable, really bad. This just feels lovely, even without the little foam pad that came with it. And it just sounds nice. You rev it, you don't go any quicker. Makes no difference at all. But I'm going to get it booked in for the timing belt. I'm going to get a professional to do that job, because it isn't for me, it's for one of you, and I want it done properly. So we'll get that done. A hub nutter is sending an alternator that they've got on the shelf. Very, very kind. So we'll get that fitted. We'll have to investigate the battery light, something clearly amiss there. I wonder if the dodgy output from the alternator actually blew the battery light. That is a possibility. On a lot of cars, if the battery light's off, then it's not charging. So it might not be the regulator that's at fault, it might be the bulb's blown. Maybe that's a safety, and that stops it charging, because then it's not getting the 12 volt exciter feed. I know some cars, Citroen BXs work like that. I don't know if these do or not, but yeah, this is nice. I haven't felt this happy with a purchase for a long time. Right, it's a bit windy, but here's our before. Look at the filth we picked up coming along the lanes in that awful, awful rain. Looks like I've done a bleeding rally stage. Oh, there we are. Looks rather better, doesn't it? Just a few minutes work. Looking good. So we've got a bit of a scuff here on the back. It's had a little scrape there. Oh, horrible noise. But yeah. Oh, it's a lot better. Right, I think we'll take her back to the unit now, after her much deserved wash. Oh, lovely. Probably going to have to voice this one over, but just gone round, done all the door shuts, which were revolting, and probably need a coat of detailer, but everything's starting to look better. I've only done half of the engine bay. Can you guess which half I've done? So this is what it was like, and this is what it's like now. It's coming up. One problem I still have got is I haven't got a code for this radio. You can look them up somewhere, so I'm going to have to try and do that, I think, because the only documentation I got is this index, a curious index that the first owner was very keen to have, and I know that because he wrote a letter, which I've got here somewhere, asking for the index or some extra pages. So there we go. Mr. J. Hayward, back in 1995, requested more index booklets from Cowie, Bristol. So that's Cowie. We've still got the original dealer sticker for the tax disc. So Steve Bessex was the dealer principal, and this is it. And it's the most intriguing thing. It's things like how to look after a choking baby, as you do. So we've got a first aid section, which is quite comprehensive. Then we've got the driver's code, that lovely Mark III Cavalier, I think that's meant to be. Don't crash into each other, probably a good start right there. Accidents, what you should do, penalties, driving offences. It's a weird thing. Then we've got beaches of the British Isles. So these are the various beaches you can take your Vauxhall to. We've got good food just off the motorway. It's probably a bit out of date right now. Taking your car abroad. Historic towns. I mean, it's got everything. Radio stations. It's a quite intriguing index. But unfortunately, it isn't the main book pack. So we haven't got service history. We haven't got owner's manuals, which is a bit of a shame. We've got a few old MOTs. But that's about it. But yeah, what a fascinating thing. Intriguing. Oh, hold on a minute. What's this in here? Inspection system. First annual inspection, 1996. So it would have been a year old. There's a second inspection in 1997. And that's it. But that's just been sitting there since 1997. Ooh! Radio pass. We've got the code. This is from a car communication place, but that's handy. I'm going to see if that works. Bear with, I'm not going to show you the code for obvious reasons. Yay! We'll turn that off before copyright block. That was radio free. Got some presets set. I wonder if I got any cassettes. I'm tempted not to change that. We're going to get the cam belt done, so that'll reset all that anyway. But that's feeling like progress, folks. Next job is the Perodua Kenari. I want to get the alternator belt off so I can better assess the alternator. But so many of you have already paid to replace. And it occurs to me I haven't actually checked. It is definitely the problem. But to try and get access, I'm going to try and get this reservoir out of the way, he said. I'm not sure that's actually going to help in the slightest. Actually, wash a bottle out of the way makes a big difference. I managed to free off the power steering pulley. Tiny little power steering belt is out. Now I want to run Desmond to make sure there's nothing touching anywhere, just to test the sound. There we go. That Desmond's still making his wee noise. So I think we'll proceed to the next step, which is alternator. Right, comparison. Oh, that shouldn't be dangling down there. That's a lot quieter. You're not entirely sure about that, Desmond, having no alternator. So what does it feel like? It doesn't sound horrendous. Nor does it sound really good. I think ideally I could probably do with getting that out so we can have a proper look at it. That looks fun, doesn't it? And presumably the adjuster I've already undone needs to come out completely. That's not it. Where is it? Can't see any of what you need to do in here. Ah, there we go. That's not going to come out by hand. And then there's a 14mm down the bottom. Well, getting that out was fun, but it doesn't sound terrible. It's not grinding. But there's definitely something in there which I think was giving us our weird noise. Yes. But seeing as everyone has given so generously, I think we'll just go with new alternators. There's no one around here that rebuilds them. So it might be possible to send it off, but we're at the stage where we really just need it working. So I think I shall speak to my local motor factors and see what they've got. Unfortunately, I think the part numbers sort of gone missing. Yeah. Some of the part numbers visible. I don't know what this orange stuff is. Oh, it might all be there. I'll give it a quick clean up. There we are. That looks like a part number 27, I think that is. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. And that was the end of that. I've now got crazy hat hair, and yeah, that was the end of Monday. So I'm now hunting for a replacement alternator for Desmond. We'll see where I can get one from. We've got an alternator on the way for the Astra, but some stuff to sort out, like why is the battery light not on? Could it be a simple wiring issue going on? I don't know. Or has the faulty voltage regulator caused a bigger issue? Don't know. And I may get it booked in for an actual detailing session, because the paint on the Astra is not great. Can we make it really nice? That'd be good. Anyway, that's the end of that one. Stay tuned. There will be more. Bye.